Next year, the Apple Watch goes on sale. Well, Parmigiani knows all about this kind of anticipation. It creates luxury timepieces that can take as long as 2 years to manufacture. I had a chance to sit down with the chief executive officer of the company, Jean-Marc Jacot, and got his thoughts on the Apple Watch and the market for luxury timepieces. Let's take a listen.
Parmigiani it's an elegant watch. It's not a very sporty watch. It's most an elegant watch. It's a watch with a very design, very nice design, and very sophisticated design, I would say. The dials are very important for us also, because the dials are something very important for the watches, and we take.
Now this is handmade as well.
Yes, everything is made in the company. The case, the dials, and the movement. And the movement, obviously, is the most important part of the watch for us, because we have a very sophisticated movement with handmade finishing. Every single movement is handmade finish.
How long does it take to make one of these watches?
I would say if we calculate everything from 1 month to 2 years.
1 month to 2 years, depending upon the complications.
It depends on the watch and the complication.
And let's say you were lucky enough to be able to afford a watch that took 2 years to make. What would something like that cost?
For us, it started, let's say, 180,000 US up to 1 million, basically. We have some object can go up to 6 million, but it's object with clocks, with specific object. It's not just a watch. But the watches is normally between, let's say, 200,000 up to 1 million for the complicated watch.
Your thoughts on, you mentioned electronic watches. Apple, of course, said to be introducing a watch that'll happen in 2015. When you heard that news, what did you think?
But I think I'm very happy, because first of all, it's a very good opportunity to talk about watches. It's a good opportunity to talk about mechanical watches, because a lot of people try to make a fight, especially in Switzerland, between what we call the smartwatch or the traditional mechanical watch. But personally, I think it's a very good thing for the business. It's a very good thing for the consumer, because today almost nobody has just one watch. And I think it's a complementary watch, the Apple Watch. And Apple Watch is something good to move the technology ahead in Switzerland also. That my only concern for Switzerland, that Apple Watch is not a watch, in fact, and is not nothing to do with the Swiss watch industry. You know, Apple Watch is an instrument you put on the wrist, and because you put on the wrist, we call this a watch. But in fact, it's a different thing. And in Switzerland, we don't have this technology to produce this type of things. It's much more to the West Coast here or in Asia, and that's the reason why the Swiss watch. Some people in the Swiss watch industry said, "Oh, it's not important. This type of watch is not a competition." It is a competition, because any single instrument is giving time is a competition to a watch. So we have to be careful. We have to take this very positively, but we have to be careful not to sleep too much in Switzerland, you know, and to wake up a little bit and to think maybe there is a market for this type of watch, even for the luxury business. I don't know. But I hope for Apple, you know. But if you know this business, for the moment, all the smartwatch were launched on the market for the last 4, 5 years, 3 years. No one was a success. No one. But what I explained with Apple will be different, I'm convinced. Because Apple has a big community. And Apple is a community product. All the other iPhone company is a commodity product. And this difference will make that Apple, I'm convinced, will have a success with the watch.
So you see it's perfectly consistent that an individual would have an Apple Watch, maybe even more than one Apple Watch, but also have a Parmigiani watch.
But for sure. Maybe I will. I like so much Apple that maybe I will buy one, because I love this type of instrument. It's nice. It's like a toy for us, you know. But I'm not sure.
If they ever came to you, if Tim Cook of Apple called you up and said, Jean-Marc Jacot, we really want you to we want you to design a watch for us.
Honestly, intellectually, I will be very interested. I don't know if we could succeed and do something with Apple, but intellectually, I will be very interested to do things like that. You know, because It's the future for sure. It's part of the future. Because what I'm surprising that the people agree to live with so much stress on the street, on the wrist, you know. Because can you imagine the stress you will get? You have everything on the watch, and you will control every 5 seconds what you have. You know, how many miles you walk, how many pulsation you have, how many. It's terrible. You know.
Well, that's maybe why you need a Parmigiani watch,
that's
because
why,
it calms you down, it makes you feel good.
For us, it's relaxed, and more high tech will be developed, more the mechanical things, and a little bit traditional things will have a big market.